Hey there guys, I hope you guys are having a great day today, and it's still June, which means it is still Men's Mental Health Month, and I just want to quickly remind you to please take good care of yourself both physically and mentally. Alright, and today we'll be looking at Mess Toys Scarlet Hero, aka the Scarlet Spider, and not to be confused with this figure right here that I reviewed in the past. This guy is also a Scarlet Spider, but he's a different character. Alright, and now it's time to show you what's inside the box. Of course, you get the stand, and you get some webbing effects. You get the figure itself. You get two web lines right here, two alternate heads, and you get a whole bunch of hands. And here's a closer look at the stand, and just like the previous figures, they did a good job, although you will see like this little like line pattern throughout the whole thing. But overall, it does look really nice. And here is Scarlet Spider himself, and keep in mind you can actually get this guy right now for 40 bucks at the GYZ store. And for $40, they did an amazing job with this, especially because they did give him a cloth hoodie. And as you can see, they even printed the spider on the back, the front, and you also get these little strings right here, which are really nice. And of course, you can also remove the hood if you want. Now, quality control wise, I don't see any issues with mine. Now, granted, this is a really basic figure. I mean, he's mostly just red. But as you can see, they did paint these pouches on his foot, or on his legs, I mean. You also got his belt. You got brown paint, silver, and then a little bit of red right there in the middle. And of course, you got these silver things on his wrists. Even the white paint on the mask, it looks pretty good. Pretty much everything's on point. And for anybody wondering, yes, this is removable. All you gotta do is just lift the arms like this. And you will be able to slide you'll be able to slide the hoodie off really easily. Although just be really careful with that. And as you can see, here's what the jacket looks like by itself, and they did a good job with this. They got all these like tears around the shoulders and of course down here as well. And for those of you wondering, here's what he looks like without it. They pretty much did nothing here. It is all just plain red plastic. In fact, if you compare these two right here, these two Scarlets, they appear to be using the exact same red plastic for both. If there is a difference between these two, I cannot see it. They look pretty much the same to me. And even though it is hidden underneath the hoodie, it still has the articulation like all the other figures. Of course, you got the butterfly joint that allows him to go forward and backwards. So that way you can easily make his arms cross into each other. And of course, he also has neck articulation. Now, just be very careful because this is made of a cloth material. So far, I haven't had any issue with mine, but it is possible that you might damage it if you play around too hard with the articulation. I always wonder what the Scarlet Spider version will look if he looked more like the original, but luckily now you can actually do that. All you gotta do is just remove the chest, disconnect the arms, and pretty much you just gotta swap out the pieces. And as you can see, the reason you want to replace the arms is because these silver things are actually, they seem to be glued on, so you're definitely gonna have to swap these out. But here's what he looks like with the legs and everything, and that looks pretty good. Although just be aware that these arms are gonna become loose. Luckily, this is an easy fix. All you gotta do is heat them up and then, just press on them a little bit. And here's what he looks like with the hoodie on. Now, personally, I do not like it because it pretty much just looks like regular Scarlet minus, you know, the black mask and like the black shoulders. But yeah, he pretty much looks exactly the same as before. Yeah, I definitely prefer this look more. And FYI, the belt is also glued on. It's glued on from the back. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of getting another regular Scarlet Spider just so I can have him looking like this because I really do like how he looks. Alright, I put everything back together, and as you can see, the arms are still tight on this one, and I haven't done anything to it. And at first I was confused why, because when I swapped them over to the other figure, they were loose, but here they're still tight. Which doesn't make sense because they're the exact same body mold. However, once I took a better look, I figured out what was the issue. As you can see, it turns out it's not the arm. The arms are exactly the same, but it's actually the shoulder. They actually changed the shoulder, as you can see. This one goes way more into it, and as you can see, this one is just way more open. You can actually see the joint more. And I'm guessing the reason they did that is to prevent the hoodie piece from getting underneath the shoulder. I'm guessing it's, as you can see, I'm guessing it's to prevent this from happening, you know? Now granted, it doesn't actually prevent it as I keep playing with the figure, it just naturally goes underneath the shoulder, as you can see, like that. So that definitely doesn't work, but at least now I know why, you know, it feels a bit different. And since we're talking about the hoodie, there's actually a wire all around here, so you can pretty much make this whatever shape you want. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's a wire right here, and this rope thingy, or the string, it actually is pullable. See, hold on. Damn it. As you can see, this one's now all very long. So hopefully I can fix that. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do this off camera. Alright, there I fixed the strings, and the strings actually go over the hood piece like this. They go right next to the wire. It's crazy how much CG Toys or Nest Toys have given love to Spider-Man. As you can see, first they started out with this KO of the amazing Yamaguchi 2.0 Spider-Man. Then of course we got the first custom, which was the black suit Spider-Man. Then we got this one, the Kane Scarlet Spider-Man. Then we got my personal favorite, the Superior Spider-Man. And now we got this guy over here, the Scarlet, the original Scarlet Spider. And what's really cool is that they're still making more. They're actually going to be making a Venom figure, and he's going to be much bigger, but it's basically the same body, just on a bigger scale. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. I pre-ordered that the day it became available, so hopefully that means I'll get that figure soon, because apparently they're going to be shipping out by the end of this month. Alright, and now let's talk about the accessories. By default, he comes with a pair of fists. He also comes with this pair of relaxed hands. And he also comes with a pair of wall crawling hands. He also comes with this pair of open hands. He also comes with a different pair of wall crawling hands. And lastly, he also comes with a pair of web shooting hands. One more thing, earlier I said that these silver things right here, they were glued on. Turns out I was actually wrong. You can remove them, they were just on really tight. But as you can see, they actually do scratch and they leave some silver paint on the wrist. Alright, now let's talk about the head accessories, and this one right here is the one that comes by default. And here's one of the alternates. This one gives him smaller eyes. And lastly, here's my personal favorite. This one gives him much bigger eyes, which I really like. And when it comes to his web effects, he does come with these two white rectangle ones. And lastly, we got these ones, which are him just shooting them straight forward. Honestly, I don't know what else to say about these figures. If you've seen any of my previous reviews on the other variants, they've all been pretty positive, which makes sense because from an articulation standpoint, they're just amazing Yamaguchi figures, and they've always had really good articulation. But Mass Toys has just done so much good with this body mold, giving us all these variants, and I'm really happy with that. Quality control wise, I have nothing to complain about. Every single figure I've gotten from them has been pretty good. And the best part is that you can get these figures very affordably. If you go right now to like GYZ, most of these figures are like 40 bucks or less, which is pretty good. If you want them in the US, that's where I get all of mine. And yeah, as long as they keep making them, I'm going to keep getting them. Their next figure is going to be that Venom one, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And hopefully I get mine by the end of this month. But if not, hopefully I'll get mine sooner than later because I definitely want to add that to my collection and review it. Okay, and I'm going to try to go over the articulation as quickly as possible. Here's him doing the perfect splits. Here's how high up he can kick. Here's how much his knee can bend. And of course, he also has boot articulation and foot articulation. Now when it comes to the arms, this is about as much as they can bend. You also get arm rotation. You also get those butterfly joints, but they are hidden underneath the hoodie. You also get neck articulation. And of course, this is about as high up as the head can look up. And this is about as much as the head can look down. And here's how the figure bends backwards. And when it comes to bending forward, you can do that way better. Okay guys, and now it's time for the size comparisons, and here he is next to my Snail Shell Zombie Grizza and Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. And here he is next to my Jedi Toys Street Fighter Cammy and Gao. And here he is next to my Mafex Marvel Gwenpool and my DC Batman Night Crusader. And lastly, here he is next to my official Figure Arts Android 21 and my Dark Party Xeno Goku. Alright guys, that's the end of the video, and just to let you guys know, the people who make these figures, they recommend that you go to GYZ store for anyone that's in the United States. That's the official place to buy these figures if you live in the US. And on top of that, I'll also leave links in the description for the AliExpress page as well, for anyone that's interested. But yeah, so far I've been pretty happy with all of these figures and I got nothing to complain about. I highly recommend you add these figures, and the best part is because these are third-party figures, you don't have to worry about FOMO. All the figures that they've made, you can still buy them to this very day. You can find them on AliExpress, on the GYZ store. So honestly, if you're new to this, I highly recommend you get some of these figures because they are amazing. But anyway guys, that's the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed, and if you can, please like and subscribe. I will be uploading more soon, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.